Hi, I'm Doug, your tech support representative for Atlantic British, and in this video we're going to show you the spark plug and spark plug wire replacement kit for your 1999 to 2004 Land Rover Discovery 2. This is all part of our Repair and Maintenance Academy program. This will help you keep the maintenance up on your vehicle for maximum performance, better fuel economy. Now, these are wearable items, and in the sheet that you can download and copy right off of our website, you'll see spark plug kit number NLP 100320 SKA. And what that will include is a full set of 8 spark plug wires, the Magna cores, and a set of double platinum Champion spark plugs. You get 8 plugs, 8 wires, and again, this is something that's recommended every 60,000 miles. These are wearable items that they can wear to a point where it will affect your fuel economy and your engine performance. So it's a good thing to stay on top of. Now in a minute we'll show you how to install these on your vehicle. Okay, now that we've shown you our spark plug and wire kit, I'm going to give you some basics on installation. Now this will be on the 4.0 and 4.6 Bosch engines without secondary air. With secondary air, you're going to have additional components that are going to require removal of the upper intake manifold to get to the spark plug wires, which we'll do in a later video. But for now, we're just going to concentrate on the non-secondary air, or SAI as it's referred to, which in this case makes it much easier to get to. Any of your spark plugs on this side or even on the driver's side are pretty well out in the open. Just a matter of twist and remove. If you need a little help in accessing the wires, you can get a pair of pliers like so with a rubber booted end on them, and these you can get into any one of these wires. Simply slide down the boot, grab it, twist, and remove. These make it a little bit easier. Now, on the Bosch engines, and I like using a swivel end. This will be a 5/8 spark plug socket. Long extension, which saves the back, and of course a fender cover, so in case we happen to drop our tool or a spark plug or a wire, we're not going to cause a scratch on the top fender or do any damage to our vehicle. And simply slide your socket over the plug until you feel secure. I usually find working with a non-flexible ratchet when you're using a flex socket works the best. Pop it loose. One thing I want to note, if you're changing spark plugs on any engine with an aluminum head, do it with the engine cold. When the heads are hot and expanded and you go to change the plugs, there is the possibility you could take the threads with it, which creates a whole headache that you really don't need. So always take them out cold, they'll come out easier. Now in this case we have Bosch plugs on this, but to be perfectly honest with you, I prefer the Champions in the 4.0 and the 4.6. I think they do run a little bit better. This is why we've gone with the Champions on our kit, and you'll like them once you install them. Something else I want to mention on these. Before you install spark plugs, and even though they say they come pre-gapped, it's always best to check them. The gapping tools are relatively very inexpensive. They're just a small gauge, and all you're going to simply do is measure this gap between the electrode and the tip. The gap on these is, I believe, 34 thousandths to 38 thousandths. Set your gap before you install it, and this way you know all of them are gapped in the exact same distance. Will run a lot better and much more even. It helps your fuel economy a little bit too. Okay, so to make matters easier, take a piece of 3/8 rubber hose. Doesn't have to be very long, but long enough where it'll make it easier for you to get access. Well, 3/8 hose will fit generally over the end of almost every spark plug. And then, without having to get your fingers down by the exhaust manifold, you wiggle around till you feel it seat in the hole. Wiggle around until you feel the thread start. There we go. Sometimes it takes a minute. You got to wiggle around. You'll feel it seat in, and then it should thread in easily. If it feels like you have to give any excess of force to thread it in, you're not in straight. Back that right back out and try again. You can spin this in until you feel the plug seat. Pull the hose off. Put your socket back over. Make sure you reverse the direction of your ratchet. And you just need to seat the plug, and then not even an eighth of a turn, and it's in nice and tight. These spark plugs seat against the head with a tapered fit, so you'll know when you're in tight. Put your plug wire on. Now, when you're doing your plug wires, I suggest to do them one at a time, so that when you get to the back side, and it's easy to get confused because you're working basically upside down. To remove one plug wire at a time, start with the plug wires that attach to the bottom, or the bottom of the coils, and then do the tops. Now I find, because access is somewhat restricted, to access the uppers and lowers, there's several different types of pliers you can use to reach down inside. This will actually grab the boot to pull it off. For the lower ones, you need a little additional reach, and having this 45-degree bend will give you better access. And then for the upper ones, you can use either or. Now, to help matters a little bit, this harness kind of gets in the way a little bit and reduces your space to get your hands in. You just have these clips right on the top of the firewall where you can unclip this, bend it forward, and now you have a lot more access to the back. Again, you'll see it, you are kind of working upside down, and it is in a somewhat congested area, so it's always best to do one at a time so that when you're done, you don't have a crossed wire firing the wrong cylinder. And doing that, it's just a matter of pop the plug wire off, pop the new one in place, and then go on to the next one until you're done. Make sure you put your clips back in so that the harness is back up in place. This is your main engine harness right here. And then you have these wire looms in the back. Keep an eye on where you removed your wires from, so when you reinstall. And generally how it works is the spark plug furthest from the back will be on top, and then progressively works its way down, even on the back. Keep these in the looms so that they're not rubbing against anything metallic or sharp, so you won't have any problems further down the line. So again, that's pretty much it for replacement of spark plug wires and spark plugs. Again, make sure you check your gap. Again, this is a good maintenance item to do. It will improve both your fuel economy and your engine performance. When you're ready to do so, you can give a call to any of our knowledgeable salesmen at 1-800-533-2210. Thanks for watching.